Well, like many of you, I've been watching the Haiti rescue efforts here after their 7.0 earthquake and thinking there, but for the grace of God go we. As most of you know, we live in a very active seismic area. I was particularly impressed with the mobile hospital that the Israelis flew in. 2 747s flew in with that mobile hospital they set up in a matter of a couple days, and I'm wondering, the question that begs to be asked here is, do we have one of those? And should we have? Obviously, a 747 won't be landing here or in Delaware County in such conditions, but I'm thinking a mobile hospital, if we don't have one, would probably be a pretty good idea across the North Coast, and hopefully we'll never need it. But again, lessons learned from Haiti's disaster recently here. As we take a look outside, we find rain spreading across the area today, picking up in intensity through the night as we're looking at some moderate showers just off the shoreline here today. Here you see it approaching the coast. This will be the last wave from this frontal boundary. It's going to wind down through the wee hours of the morning. We'll have a brief break before the next round of precipitation heads our way Thursday night into Friday. It looks to be wetter than what we've seen so far this week and probably windier as well. Temperature-wise today, mid to low 50s on the shoreline, low 50s out across the interior. Rain's been pretty light. It's picking up right now. As you see, most of the rain today fell across the Oregon border with just 3/10 or almost 4/10 of an inch there, tapering off quickly to 800ths on Humboldt Bay today, but it's been raining pretty steadily for the last hour or so here. These totals as of 4 o'clock, 24-hour totals. And again, we will continue with showers on and off through the night, a few lingering showers in the early morning hours. Otherwise, we'll clear out through tomorrow afternoon. Brief break with the next front taking shape out here. It's looking pretty juicy at this point. We'll see the rain moving into the area through the day on Thursday. Another wave behind it will keep the energy going Friday into Saturday, and this one looks much wetter than what we've seen so far this week. Winds are going to ramp up as this system approaches the coast as well, so be prepared for another little winter soaker here for the North Coast. We've got a day or two, well, actually a day, wouldn't it be? By Thursday, we'll be back in the wet, but by tomorrow afternoon, we can pick up and clean up a bit from the light shower activity of today, as we will see the computer models in sync with this, bringing the moisture back to the shoreline here. And most of it's been falling in the offshore waters the last 24 hours, but we're picking up a bit, not much of it making its way inland. Snowfall amounts, we'll look for increased snowfall here through the end of the week into early Saturday as those snow levels drop again to about 3,000 feet out over the high country, but we can expect a few inches of fresh snow there. So winter travel conditions can be expected again in the mountains into the weekend, with temperatures tonight in the mid to upper 40s along the coast, low 40s out across the interior, with daytime highs tomorrow in that mid 50s range. Once again, low 50s out across the interior with winds out of the southeast, 5 to 10 knots worth, swell westerly 7 to 8 feet. And as we get a look at the 5-day forecast, we're looking at rain picking up in intensity Thursday night into Friday. Should be winding down by Saturday, although I look for a few lingering showers into Saturday afternoon. A bit of a break come the beginning of the week, Sunday into Monday. And then by midweek of next week, we'll be taking a turn back to the wet again as we see snow levels dropping Friday back down to 3,500 feet or so in the high country. Look for some fresh snow by that time. As our 3-degree contestant for tonight, Bruce Svensson of Eureka wins at his clock. It was within 2 degrees today, so we'll add another $30 in the prize pool for Peggy Percy of Crescent City coming up tomorrow night from Corky over at Redwood Coast Cellular. So I'm thinking mobile hospital, a good idea.
You think so?
What do you think? Take a vote.
Yeah, can be.
Depends on how much it costs.
Idea.
We'll go looking for one.
Right.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Jim.
And Manny Machado joins us with sports. And Manny, HSU named its new men's basketball coach.
Yeah, Athletic Director Dan Collins said last week that they were going to make a quick decision. They did just that with the announcement of a new men's basketball coach. We do return tonight. The CR men's basketball team is getting ready to face one of its rivals. Eureka's Ray Malwuga was in the courtroom at its media day at the Super Bowl. Stay with us. Sports is next.
Weather 24 hours a day. Go to KIEM-TV.com and click on the weather webcast for your North Coast weather and forecast. Brought to you by Blue Lake Casino.